Listen, never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
There is nobody I'd rather be talking to in the universe than Rich Hill. I don't know what you've been doing lately. I have no idea.
Yeah,
as far as I know, you've just been sitting around, scurrying through old equipment. I don't know. I don't know what you've been doing for the last couple months.
Yeah, bag's still packed, ready to go. Looking for a men's league. It's preferably, I was trying to get back into the highest men's league.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. So that's the second time in a week that playing in a men's league has come up because Joe Kelly, who is mounting a comeback, had used this platform to ask for a men's league to play in.
Yeah.
Except he didn't want any. He wanted the worst team in the men's league.
Yeah, why not? I don't care. Best, worst, who? I mean, green jacket, gold jacket. You know what I mean? It's gonna be. That's what I mean. Playing's playing. There's nothing like competition.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the end of 8-Man Out. Shoeless Joe Jackson. He's just playing.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm not comparing you to a banned, disgraced baseball player either.
Yeah, Joe Jackson should be actually back in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he hit over 400 in the World Series. Couldn't spell his name. Probably didn't know how to. Obviously, didn't know how to write. Couldn't read. By
the way, you're saying you're making the case for Shoeless Joe Jackson to be in the Hall of Fame, and you started 100%. Off well. You said hit 400. And then your next list of things that you were putting on his resume was didn't know how to spell his name, couldn't write.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, he went out there and did the best he could in the World Series. So I don't even know who, maybe he was, I don't know. He's gone, and he's definitely has probably relatives. He should be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He's a pretty damn good baseball player.
Yeah, well, he's going to be in 2 years, along with Pete Rose.
Yeah, you think so?
No, yeah, it's going to be done. It's like a foregone conclusion.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well, we should go.
Let's go. Roadshow. Roadshow. All great things happen in Cooperstown.
Yeah.
I actually probably exactly a year ago, you were probably in Cooperstown.
Yes, yeah, exactly a year ago. That's correct. I was in the bunkers. It was a beautiful week, dark nights, hot, wind blown fans that were keeping us cool in the old bunker. So, trying to walk through the, how do you say this without, getting your socks covered in, when you have to go to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, urine.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was going to say piss, but urine.
Yeah.
Covers it all.
Yeah. It's just like the old days.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And the parents who are listening, bring sandals to go to the bathroom. That's it. Simple.
I think that somewhere in the Hall of Fame there is Ty Cobb's urine-soaked sock somewhere. So,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was a year ago. Wow, I didn't even.
Yeah, that was a year ago. Yeah, that was.
When did you sign? When did you sign with the Red Sox? What was the date?
That's a good question. I don't know. It was in August, obviously, but I can't remember quite what it was. It was right. It was I had left the next day after, so I think it was probably August 16th or something like that, or the 15th or 16th.
Okay. If only I could use a Google machine to look this up.
That's a long transaction list. Be careful.
All right. This weird. I just Googled Rich Hill signs with Red Sox, and Pisces came up.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces. I am a Pisces.
That's weird. Yeah. Rich Hill data. The first thing that came up is Pisces.
Yep. Pisces, March.
Well, I didn't ask for that though.
It's really
Yeah, August 15th. August 15th.
August 15th. That's
yep.
yep.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Well, how are they doing on pitching? They need pitching.
There you go.
You know what? I'll if they're facing a lefty, I'll go in and I'll throw to the guys. I mean, what's
Ooh.
better than live arms?
Oh, so what you're saying is that you'll volunteer, you'll become
Yeah.
the Red Sox batting practice pitcher.
Yeah, but it's live BP. It's like you're actually getting real.
Oh,
You're
like,
getting
well, I mean, this is what they do. This is what teams do when they get ready for the postseason.
100%. They want to see guys. They want to see, whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, you have to
Throw it
get
up.
paid. How much does someone get paid for something like that?
Let's see. Yeah, we'd have to come up with a undisclosed price because it seems like I don't think anybody's unless you're a player, your salaries don't get disclosed. So we can't disclose it.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Rich, I have a question.
Rob.
Do you want to keep playing or do you want to use this forum to retire right now?
No, keep playing. Yeah,
all right.
keep playing.
All
Keep
right.
playing. We're
Okay.
playing until the wheels. We got like 3 wheels left on the car. And it's an old car. It's an old car. It's got some innings left in it. But yeah.
I want
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Keep going. Like what's your before we get into me congratulating you up and down for all your excellence. Before we get to that, tell me what's going on for you now, because I think people want to know. I mean, they know that you made the major leagues once again with another team. It was a great story. You've been DFA'd since then.
Yeah.
Right now, you're at much like you can't disclose how much you're making for doing various jobs. You're an undisclosed location right now. Who knows where it might be? But tell me about like your current lot in life.
Yeah, I painted the fence this morning at our house. So I just painted the inside of it yesterday, late afternoon, and then this morning I got up, I finished the other side of it. And
With
then
your left arm or your right arm?
My right arm. Yeah. Saving the left arm. So planted a couple flowers. Let's see. And flowers, I mean trees. A couple trees in a higher box. All right, get on with it. So that's really about
And all that's code for throwing baseballs, right?
Throwing baseballs, throwing rocks on the beach, whatever it might be. Still throwing. The arm is working. I think if that were to be something in sight, with a target down the road within a couple of weeks, that would be great. If not, so be it. But we'll see what transpires in the next few weeks. Yeah, just taking our son Bryce to go work out 3 days a week in Weymouth. So it's been great with Turner there in Weymouth at Duffy's place. So I'm trying to think of what else I've been doing.
No, but here's the thing. It was literally like 2 weeks ago, 2.5
It was
weeks.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
You threw a 90-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah.
Right?
That's correct.
It was probably just over 2 weeks ago that you struck out Kyle Tucker.
That's correct.
All right. I mean, that's not long ago. Science would suggest that's not long ago.
No, it's not. It's yeah, and I mean, the game in Chicago went well. I felt like the ball came out of my hand really well, like I really did. And then in Kansas City, I mean, zero excuses. I get it, but dear God, couldn't get a grip on the ball. I mean, it was like throwing a ball that was dunked in a bucket of water and then trying to, throw a strike. But anyway, so that game stunk. That was terrible. But the game in Chicago, threw the ball well. It felt really good. It was coming out of my hand, like I said, the way that I wanted it to. And crickets since then. So waiting for that men's league. You know what I mean?
What were you were you surprised when you got DFA'd?
I think a little bit. Yeah, maybe thought it would be another start or so. Talking with JJ Piccolo with Kansas City. They were great. Kansas City was an incredible organization. Did nothing but shoot me straight. And from all the guys over there, they were exceptional, and I really love their way of how they're focusing in on the art of pitching and mixing in obviously analytics, but I think they're a little bit more heavier on the ability of what the pitcher can do. And when I say that is trying not to maybe maximize them to the point where they break, maximize them to the point where they can be as successful as possible and healthy as possible. So with that, you see guys like Seth Lugo, obviously one of the best pitchers, starting pitchers in baseball. Michael Walker, one of the best starting pitchers in baseball, who everybody is familiar with from Boston. And just seeing those two guys at the top of what they've been able to do and the trickle down effect of the ability from the pitching coaches, from the pitching coordinators, to kind of translate that to making it system wide as a kind of the mantra for the organization, I think. So anyway, that was a long-winded answer to
No, it's good.
JJ shooting me straight, but just saying that they may make a trade at the deadline, and the start that I would have had would have been Monday at Fenway.
Right.
But that was the start that was not.
Well, that sucks. I mean, that part of it sucked. I felt bad because obviously you live in the area and you were so close to coming back. So
Yeah. I mean, look, whatever transpires with all seriousness, I think it's been a great run. It's been a really good career. Being able to look back and playing for so many teams and all that great stuff. And I mean, not just like great stuff. It's like it's pretty cool to. And I don't know what word I got to go to my thesaurus and use some deeper words than.
No.
It was rad.
It was. Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah, I mean, you got to just look at it. I'm looking at it from the perspective of if something does happen, great. If it doesn't, it's kind of the leaving on your own terms, which is like I said before. I think we've talked about it. I was able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, come back this year, get back to the big leagues. Yes, obviously would have loved to have stuck and helped the team get into the postseason. So, again, we'll see what happens.
Where does this rank? Like when you get called up for that start in Chicago, which was a great story for a lot of reasons, including like you were pitching where you began it all, right? So, I couldn't watch MLB Network without seeing you or an old clip of you. What, by the way, holy mackerel, that Wrigley Field, like,
yeah, shame.
It was like a cow pasture.
Cow pasture. Yeah, you couldn't see if you were sitting in the dugout. You couldn't see. You could only see from here up on the right fielder, from basically shoulders
Really?
up.
Yeah,
and then the same. I was able to play there a couple times in the visitors side and be able to see when the field was still crowned. I mean, it still has for drainage. It has a touch of a crown, but before it was like a nice, pretty big drop off. From behind home plate. And then there was no advertisement in there. There was obviously no scoreboard. I mean, there was a scoreboard, one of the most classic, iconic scoreboards in the world, but there was no video board or anything like that.
But that day was so much. It was great. It was a great day. So I don't know, like in terms of your days, you've had a lot of great days.
Yeah.
But I did take a step back because I think that even last year, Rich, it was you had laid out the plan about coaching and then coming back. But you had the year before you were still like you're just cruising along. I think you were dealt right to the Padres, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and then last year you come back, not that far off from from being a trade deadline acquisition. But this year was you just took it off and then you come back and you go through the minor leagues and you cruise through the minor leagues and you reach the majors. What I'm saying is that I feel like of all the things that you have done, this has to be near the top of the list. I know that it didn't work out ultimately like you want in terms of longevity, but still, what you did and then coming out and striking out, Kyle Tucker and having that success, having that good start against the Cubs, and throwing 90 miles an hour for your first pitch, like all of this, like this is one of the things that should have go to the top of the Rich Hill accomplishment list. That's what I feel anyway.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I think as a competitor, when you're going through what your sport is, whatever that might be, for me, I haven't had time to really look back. Yes, there are moments where you're like, okay, going back in my head to 2016 being at Wrigley Field, and then going back and 2007, and then making my debut in 2005, and you start hitting these like kind of like highlight moments, or um, you know uh, winning the NLCS in 2017 there, and going to the postseason. I think it's certain things that highlight reel, I guess, goes through that you're walking through and you're like, oh, I remember being here, standing here. I remember what the old dugout looked like. I remember what the old, pathway was all the way up to the old clubhouse on the visitor side, and then going over to the home side, where the weight room used to be for the visitors. Just remembering what that looked like, and now how much that has changed because of the new clubhouse that they have over there. But anyway, my point is that you don't have time to really sit there and think and dwell on like nostalgic type of moments, because you're getting ready to compete and you want to focus in on the task at hand. This pitch, how is the ball coming out of my hand? Am I mentally prepared to go out there and be the best that I can be for the time that I have to go out there and execute my pitches? So there were questions that were asked identically to what you're saying. Is standing there, is this special? Is there? Yeah, of course it is special, but there was no, I didn't want to go there either. I just don't have time to sit there. I don't have time. If you do, then your focus isn't on the isn't on the job.
Right. You don't want to go out to the mound and basically be like looking around,
Yeah. Like,
it's just like, okay, who's the first hitter? What's the scouting report? Let's go.
And you want to keep that competitive edge. I think that's the biggest thing, is like, I afterwards, have time to sit there and think about it, and, look out into the stands and see how a lot has changed, but nothing has changed there. You know what I mean? I think if you look at the confines of the intimacy of what the player sees is what I see as a pitcher, a lot of it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
But when you turn around and you look out to the outfield and you look down the lines where the bullpens used to be, those are gone. The cages are, now obviously much nicer and up to date. You know what,
Rich? You know what you are? You're Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
you're clearing the mechanism. Everything else.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Perfect game would have been great, though.
As Dylan Cease told me, Rich.
Yeah.
Dylan Cease had the best observation for the love of the game.
Yeah.
That, can you imagine if there was a pitch clock?
That's really good.
I mean, it's like, clear mechanism up. Sorry, time's run out.
Hey, ball four.
Ball four. Wait, I was clearing the mechanism.
Yeah. Well, now you're clearing the bases, buddy, because
all right. So let me ask, with Bryce, your son, is he 13 now? 13?
13. Yeah.
I would imagine, Bryce has been around now in different iterations of your career.
Yeah.
But you reach 13, you really are in the meat and potatoes of your athletic life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
So
turning that corner and
did
going.
you
Yeah.
feel and like we said, you helped coach his team last year. That was awesome. Um, by the way, nobody came out to punch you, right? Like Joe.
No, what happened with Joe?
Oh,
I didn't hear this.
He was coaching third,
Yeah.
and somebody came out of the stands and tipped his hat off and punched him
Oh,
in the head.
come on.
Yeah.
Did
It was a sibling. It was a sibling of the other manager.
Oh wow. Was he what was Joe doing? Running up the score? Was he running the score up?
It was the sibling of the other manager.
Why? What was he doing? Why was he
Nothing.
taking a
I don't
swing
know.
at him?
He was. It's a. Well, yeah. It was, but it was everything that's wrong. It was the championship game.
Everything that's wrong. What an asshole. I'm sorry. I gotta say that.
Yeah. No. It was. But and then at the end of it, and people who listen to podcasts, thanks for listening. You've been busy, but actually, I think this all happened in the heart of your comeback, so I don't blame you. But it was a championship game, travel ball. He was coaching third, the upper run. This incident happens, and then they win the game by 5 runs. And someone from the other team comes down and said, "You your pitcher won too many outs. You have to forfeit." So they made him forfeit the championship game. He'd say, "Well, I got punched in the head. You have to excuse me for losing track of an out." So it was all of it. All of it. I encourage you to go and everybody to go back and listen to it.
I will, yes.
Because all of it, and by the way, he tells a story, no lie, 30 straight minutes. 30 straight minutes.
No interruptions.
No, I did not say a word for 30 minutes.
Pitch clock. That's good.
But that's how fired up he was. But
that's
anyway,
good, yeah.
This was everything that's wrong with it. But what I'm saying is you live that life. You coach.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't want to get into that. What I'm saying is that, like, you live that life with your son. Now you live this life where you sit down with your wife and your son. I want to try it again. They say, okay. You sign with the Royals.
Yes.
You spend how long in Omaha? A month?
Right.
A month? Whatever in Omaha?
I was like, maybe a month and a half.
Yeah.
Great people in Omaha. Were the coaching staff. Really good teammates. Yeah. Anyway,
but your family signs off on it. You make the majors. This is my long-winded way of asking you for Bryce. Do you feel like what his dad's accomplishment was this time around might have hit different?
Yeah, you know what? I've never asked. I haven't asked yet to this point.
Can you get him on? Is he there? Can we get him on?
He's upstairs. I don't know what he's doing.
That's okay. That's all right.
Yeah, shooting zombies. I don't know. I gotta find out what he's
zombies.
doing. He was genuinely very excited when I asked him about it because I wanted to. I talked with Caitlin about it and talked with Bryce about it, but before I asked Bryce, I was talking with Caitlin and went up and asked, said, "Hey, what do you think about if go out and play and Kansas City wants to sign me? What are your thoughts?" And he was so pumped. He was really excited, and he was like, "Man, you get back up to the big leagues, you tie a major league record. That's really cool." And just genuinely excited about the Kansas City Royals, where they were at and record-wise.
They're a fun team, man. They're a fun team.
Yeah. So, as far as the perspective of, looking at it from through his eyes, I think that would be something to maybe get him on the cast.
Yeah, let's go.
Get him on.
He's always welcome. I'm going to flip that around. For you as a dad, now that you can take a second, do you feel like this was the most proud you were as a dad of showing your son something?
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely from the, he knows the work ethic and the aspect of how important it is to put in the time and the effort in order to get, again, a result that you may not end up getting. You might not get that desired result, but you're doing it because you love it. And I think that's from my perspective, that's something that he definitely, can see through the obviously just the hours and days, weeks, months, years, decades of going out there and doing it, but again, doing something that I genuinely love to do, and I think that's kind of the if you want to say silver lining in all of this, because at the end of
There's
the
a lot
day,
of silver linings.
yeah, and I think at the end of the day, though, it just shows like, hey, you do what you love and love what you do and just go after it, whatever it is. I don't, whatever that might be in life. Um, until and to the point where you can't do it anymore and or continue to do it. And if you never reach that goal, that's not the point. It's who you become through the process. So I think that that's something that, from my perspective, that I'm hoping that he does pick up, because that's the biggest like misnomer is like, I think, and we heard, did you hear Scotty Scheffler a couple weeks ago, what he was saying about winning and it's kind of fleeting and all that stuff? I don't know. He made some comments about winning, and which is true to a point. I think that winning the ultimate goal and getting to the top of the mountain is just a short kind of moment. But again, when you look back and you're like, wow, this is a crazy road, and a lot of winding turns and ups and downs, but you make it, and you can look back and say that it's
Well, I think
pretty cool.
I think you said something to me once, which I've used before when trying to educate young minds. And that's something to the effect of when you're going up the mountain, you have to dodge the boulders, to get up to the top, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like this is how it works. The boulders come at you, you dodge them, and I'm going to give you one more, which I've cited. Boy, if Charlie Morton would have copyrighted this, I would have owed him like $100,000 because I've cited it so many times.
yeah,
But so Charlie came on the podcast around in June, and he wasn't doing well. He sat down, we talked, and then he did well after that. I'm not saying it's a coincidence, not a
yes.
coincidence, but
Baseball isn't boring.
it's the bump. It's the bump. B-I-B bump.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Love it. Yeah.
But and maybe I said this to you the other day, I forget. But it's like that line of like, if he just says, if they give you the opportunity to figure it out, then figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you had the they gave you the opportunity, you took it, and you figured it out. Like you did. So, and I think it would have been easy not to take that opportunity that was given to you, or not understand that you even have that opportunity. Say, oh, well, I don't have that opportunity. No, you always had that opportunity, and they're giving you to do it, like to do it. Even if it's throwing like a bullpen session for a team to say, just take a look at me. Well, I know what'll happen if I sit on the couch or I keep painting the fence and I don't do it. Right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So anyway.
No, that's the biggest thing is being able to stay ready and get the opportunity when it comes and run with it. I think that is a great way to put it, is being able to figure it out on your own, being able to make the adjustments, being able to adapt to obviously where the league is going and how good players have gotten over the last 2 years, let alone 5.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing he said. He said 10 years ago, like again, this time he had like a 6.5 ERA.
Yeah.
That 10 years ago, the stuff that I had right now, I would have had like a 2 ERA.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hitters are better. Like the hitters have more information, which actually leads me to a question I have for you. What is one thing that you learned? Like this is another thing we do in life. We learn every day, right? What is one thing that you learned going on this adventure? Maybe it's like specific about pitching. Maybe it's something about life. Maybe it's about something about hitters. Maybe it's something about baseball, the business of baseball. I don't know.
I think sometimes, it's kind of where the heck was it? Change. Sometimes no change is progress. I think where it was refreshing to see what Kansas City was kind of teaching and what they were kind of hammering down with the pitchers about execution. And I know that's kind of maybe industry standard for pitching coaches, but at some places, I seem to think that teams are getting away from that and more towards stuff. And you always need stuff, but location, if you have location is king. So that is one thing that hasn't changed, and that's the kind of the deceptiveness of progress that looks like we have kind of lost the way a little bit of being able to identify what pitching and what pitchers are and who are good pitchers. So that is one thing, because I did see a lot of guys through the minor leagues and guys that could execute, that had really good stuff, that I hope will get an opportunity to pitch at the major league level, because they're going to be successful. So, and one of those guys actually is right now, which is great. So yeah, uh, those are the things that really I kind of the stalwarts that haven't changed. But the
Well,
business side,
let me ask you this. Take me through, I keep focusing on the Kyle Tucker at bat.
yeah,
The good exercise,
good
right?
exercise. Yeah, yeah.
Is it? I
Yeah.
mean, you're one of the best hitters in baseball.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, again, in that at bat, I throw a two seam fastball that he fouls off his leg. Now, when asked me when I was using my two seam fastball kind of predominantly, and saw the benefits of 18 inches of run, with a maybe three or four vert on the two seam fastball. So that's a really good two seam fastball, which just kept running in, and I was using it. Unfortunately, I don't think I got to use it to the point where it became kind of a weapon for me throughout two or three starts. I used it in the minor leagues a decent amount. I was able to front hip righties, get them, kind of freeze on a strike three with two seam fastballs in the in, which now this is something that would be like, hey, go from driving just a standard to a manual. You know what I mean? Which is something that
You hadn't thrown that before?
no, not to the point where I was throwing it and seeing, to the point where I was seeing the results and being able to uh, uh, get the results that I was looking for.
When did
That
you
makes
start?
sense.
Yeah, when did you start throwing? When you got to Kansas City?
Well, I used it a little bit in Pittsburgh. Austin Hedges was, really, he was the one who was behind the dish. And he was like, you got to throw that two seam fastball into lefties. And, I was kind of like, okay. So it was just sprinkled in here and there. And then Brett Sullivan was talking about it in San Diego. And he's like, Richie, you got to throw that two seam fastball in on lefties. And then this year, that was in 2023. Last year, obviously was not doing that, but this year started to make some progress in actually buying into it, because I was starting to see the movement, and the four seam fastball didn't have as much vert as it had in years past. So trying to adjust and make that adaptation to what it was exciting, because I was like, geez, this is something that's getting a ton of run, and it's a valuable pitch, and cutters off of that, front hip cutters to lefties, obviously cutters up and in on righties, and then having that two seamer kind of making those X's, on the inside part of the plate to either a lefty or a righty was huge. And my point is just seeing that at as I was going through AAA this year, and then getting up to Kansas City, And when I got there, I just felt much more comfortable with it. Did I use it as much as I probably should have? No, I think I should have used it more. So,
So I'm just pulling up this at bat. All right. Ready? Okay. First pitch, Kyle Tucker.
yeah,
Ball one. Four seam. It says four seam fastball.
yeah,
Okay. You missed that just on the outside edge. Second pitch, strike, cutter. It says
yep,
right on the outside edge of the
yep,
third pitch. You throw. It says sinker. Fouled off. That must have been the one off his leg because it was on the
yeah,
inside, right?
yeah,
Then it says 71.4 mile an hour sweeper, which
yep.
is like
Drop down. I probably dropped down on
drop
that.
down. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
All
assuming
right.
it didn't give you any kind of diagnostics on the pitch.
No.
No.
I mean,
All right.
not.
Yeah.
If you gave me 15 minutes, but we don't have 15 minutes.
No.
And then finally, called strike says 87.4 mile an hour four seam fastball.
Yeah.
Right on the edge. Now, if there was replay, he might have been tapping his helmet. Who knows?
Yeah, and it would have been called. Yeah.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
right on the edge. It would have been
Is
a strike.
it? Yeah.
Right on the edge.
Okay.
He might have been tapping his
If
helmet.
he taps it though, and it's right on the edge, and it's touching it, guess what?
Touching it, strike.
That's it.
Yep.
You don't want the automated strike zone to come to the big leagues. I'm just telling you. I'm saying it.
You don't. Oh yeah, because you went through it, right?
Oh, I went through it. I'm 2 for 9 on calls. 2 for 9.
Oh, you.
Here we go. I had to count my fingers.
Your catcher. You challenged.
Catcher? No, I challenged.
Oh, see. Here's the interesting part about that is that a lot of teams won't let their pitchers challenge.
No, I know, and I shouldn't have, but I was a
Well,
stubborn.
they'll let
I
you-
was a
you-
stubborn ass. I was a stubborn ass.
Wait, you challenged nine pitches?
Yeah, 9. I was right out of the gate. I was like 2 for 3. So I'm like, oh, yeah.
This is awesome.
I kept rolling them.
Awesome.
Rolling, do it again.
Are you the only pitcher that they allowed to do it?
No, Keuchel had challenged. And who else?
Yeah, but they aren't letting the young guys challenge, right?
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't. Which, I mean, okay, I get it. And the catcher behind the dish is, obviously, you got somebody like Luke Melee behind the dish, and or guys that just have a way more experience of seeing the strike zone from the correct angle as opposed to what we're seeing, because we see a lot of strikes from the pitching mound. And I thought that was, I don't like where it is. I just don't think there's not a top part of the zone in the AAA ABS. There is no top part of the zone. And then some of the calls that I was getting in the big leagues were strikes that would have been called balls in AAA. And then you go back and you look at them on video or after the game, and they're strikes. They were right. I mean, the umpire's right. They were strikes. They were the top part of the zone. But if you have a guy who's a four-seam curveball guy like myself and lives at the top part of the zone, it's very difficult to be able to have any success in AAA, because hitters will just sit there and take. They know if anything is above the belt and it's coming in, they're just going to take it. And if it gets called a strike, they'll challenge it, and they'll be right. It'll be a ball.
It's interesting you said that. I was talking with Matt Bowman, who went to Princeton, and he was talking about, this was last year. He said how the success of the sort of not so shorter, squattier hitters, it's kind of because of that. Like they have an idea of what this is better.
Yeah, and I don't know if AI is going to intervene or how they're going to be able to accurately depict the proper strike zone for every single hitter. Because I don't really see a bottom part of the zone, which would be obviously the knees. It's more just a touch above the knees, and then it's really the belt. So you're talking about a Pringles can you're throwing through to throw a strike.
All right.
So, But I'm against it. I am 100% against
Well, that's
the
because you were
ABS.
2 for 9.
Well, I mean, let the umpires do their job.
Yeah.
Let them. I don't know. Don't let's not neuter baseball completely.
Put that on the bumper stickers.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, wonky, because we have to do wonky baseball questions. A lot has been made recently about tipping pitches,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
About pitchers tipping pitches, about
Yep.
stealing signs, about, like you see if a guy gets to second. I
Yep.
saw it the other day with what's his name from Houston. He didn't know how to balk the guy over because he wanted to balk him over from second to third because he felt like Trevor Story was relaying the
Yeah,
signs.
I did see that. I saw that.
Yeah.
And he just stepped off 3 times and then
Yeah,
moved
but
him over.
Kenley's the master of that. Kenley just
Yeah, he just drops the ball.
Yeah, he's
Drops the ball.
that's it.
Drops it.
So, and then you see, like I saw, like yesterday, a lot of people were making a big deal over a screenshot of Red Sox dugout. There was somebody had the tablet of, I forget who it was, but maybe it was Suarez, this Padres pitcher, and it's like basically like they had the 2 images of him, and it said change up, fastball, the different ways he said it. Anyway, what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
a lot has been made of this, but I mean, I'm anxious to get your point of view of this because everybody stealing sign or not stealing sign, sorry, but tipping pitches, the art of finding someone tipping pitches was always applauded, but now I
Yeah.
feel like it's because there is so many ways to find it other than, hey, Eduardo Perez, you're really good at identifying it.
Yeah, and it's usually the glove, right? It's
Right.
usually the glove. Now we're using facial recognition.
Yeah.
So how? Yeah,
we talked about that before, and
that stuff to me,
Gi-
that's all.
I think it was the Giants. Everyone in baseball thought the Giants were. Is that something that more teams are doing that you know of, or?
I think so. I think a lot of teams are doing it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of pitchers have tells before they,
Yeah.
do whatever. I mean, I played with guys that took deep breaths on changeups before they would throw a changeup, or smile before they would throw a pitch, or whatever, some facial action that they would do uh, before they would throw, a certain pitch. So. Yeah, that side of it, I think should be eliminated. But again, the other side of it is there's going to be third party companies that are going to come out, or people that will go and dig a little bit deeper and be able to get that information. Do I think it's right? No, I don't. I think it should be. The tipping part of pitching again has been around forever, and being able to identify it and fix it for the pitcher that's our job to do, and it's also the coach's job to tell the players that, hey, you're tipping. And most often you're going to see guys that do tip, and you'll have teammates that won't even tell you if they see something because they know that they might end up on another team next year and they're going to face you. So and I don't think that's everybody, but I think that I know that there are some guys, I've played with guys that would say that. They'd say, like, I might end up facing you next year. I can't tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to combat that, as a pitcher, you have to make everything so identical and practice on being able to be the same rhythm, the same tempo as the pitch before, and or completely change it up every single time you go out there and pitch. As far as maybe where your setup is,
that's the Dempster, like
right
this,
where he would
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that would be like a hitter going into the box and changing his batting stance every single time. That's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So to combat that, I mean, Major League Baseball doesn't want to do anything about that because they want more offense. They don't like pitchers. They don't want pitching. They don't want pitching. How many no-hitters has there been this year? How many? 0. 0. How many are going to be next year? 0. There won't be any. There will be no more no-hitters coming. that mystique or that art of the game is fading away, which is unfortunate. I'll leave it at that.
You can keep going if you want. Keep going.
So.
But the more I think about it, like we've talked about the facial recognition thing before, but I know, for instance, they have to fix pitchers, they have these biomechanical things like the skeleton. I don't know if the Royals had this, but I know that teams have the skeleton thing. They literally shows your skeleton.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And so they're doing that for.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the traject?
Oh, traject. Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, who wants to face, let's see, Garrett Crochet 30 times before you actually face Garrett Crochet?
This was a big thing where we actually like surfaced this story, I think, more before most even knew about it back last offseason when Matt Strom said, you realize they're letting teams use a traject machine during the game.
During the games.
Right.
Yeah, it's outrageous. But like also, who has the I don't know, who has the rights to the player to be able to use their image on the traject? Are the players, where's the name, image, and like, this isn't even bullshit. This is like serious. Where are the pitchers getting paid to be like, yeah, go ahead, use my stuff, use my image, use everything you want during the game? It hasn't come up? Not yet? No?
It has now.
It has now. Here we go. This is earth-shattering breaking news on Baseball Isn't Boring. But it's correct. Isn't it? Is that not? Am I crazy?
You raise a good point.
Yeah. So to me, it's complete BS. And I love hitting. I wish I could hit. If I had a preference, in the big leagues, I would have loved to have been a hitter. Okay. Played the outfield, made great diving catches, throw guys out. Would have loved it. But I couldn't hit. So I don't know. I don't know if that's even playing field. Does that fall into even playing field, not even playing field? What are the pitchers? What do the pitchers have to combat that? Nothing.
Well, and so
and in the grand scheme of all this, hold that thought for 1 second.
Okay.
Because this is being used to divide the union and conquer. Have a salary cap. Come on in. Here we go. And that's it.
Can you do that again?
I don't know if I could. Yeah. Divide, conquer, and then salary cap. This is the cap coming in like this.
And once you do that, and once you get down low enough.
Yeah, once you get down low enough.
What that is?
What's that?
I don't know what the hand signal is for lockout.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just hope that everybody stays together. The players need to stay together, right? Just for the betterment of baseball. And I get the other side of it too. I get the owner's side. You want a salary cap. You want to spend less money. You don't want to have to pay everybody. I guess what they're worth.
You know who's not paid enough?
Who?
Batting practice pitchers. I'm already
100%,
set. I'm already setting you. I'm setting you up. I'm setting you up for your big payday.
I'm calling Matty Noon.
Matty
Noon. I want to figure out. But
this
is going to be live. This is going to be live BP. This is live BP.
In case people don't know, we should have Matt Noon on the podcast. Matt Noon is the head coach for the Babson College baseball team, Division III baseball. But he also is the longtime lefty batting practice pitcher for the Red Sox. Which basically you're not trying to take his job. You're trying to offer a compliment to Matt Noon.
Yeah. No, live BP. I would. No, I'm terrible at BP. When you go to throw BP, not a good BP.
No, live
regular
BP. Game situation.
Yeah, game situation. I'm in. Live though, it's not the same. You're 50 feet away, 45 maybe, 45 feet away, and it's not easy. Those guys are good. Matt Noon's one of the best in the game.
Ooh, I'm gonna save that and give it to him for his
He
birthday.
is. I mean, look at he's. You talk about careers. He's been there. When did he start? Was that 04? 03?
Yeah,
Been there a long time.
yeah.
That's
He could definitely dominate the media game. I know that. So,
yeah.
which by the way, which makes me think, if you're not playing for a team next year, since you are a regular on the podcast, you are officially, and also you may be doing the broadcast by that point. You are invited to pitch in the media game for
Oh,
Boston versus New York.
okay. All right.
So,
When is that?
what I don't know. It varies.
I mean, I got to get ready. I need a date. I want to be prime oiled. No runs, no hits.
By the way, which reminds me, last thing, I don't know if you saw they had we're literally doing the Baseballs and Boring radio show, and we're talking about old time baseball games, alumni baseball games, because the Yankees were having theirs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I said, "Oh man, why don't they have these enough anymore? Like this,
They used to have them at Fenway. I went.
They used to be
when I
at
was
Fenway.
younger.
Ted Williams was like running in to, I remember he made a catch in left field. It was like 65.
Yeah, but
And
if they did it at Fenway, think about all the players that would come back.
well,
My
they did it.
God,
They did it a few
when did
years
they
ago.
do it? They did.
Julio Lugo hit a home run off Pedro Martinez.
No way.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
R.I.P. Julio. But so we're talking about this, Rich, which is all the reasons we just said.
Yeah.
Then the news comes out as we're talking about it. Mariano Rivera tears Achilles tendon. I said, that's the end of all alumni baseball games.
Why?
It.
What do you mean? That's the point. That is the point of an alumni baseball game. You go out
to
there
tear
and
your
feel alive.
Achilles?
Yeah, you feel alive. I mean, rehab that baby and be back for next year. You got to get ready.
All right.
I remember I got Carl Yastrzemski's autograph, and I also got I can't remember who else's autograph I got at that thing. The throwback game, the old timers game, the alumni game. Man, what a day!
I just like the fact that you're like, hey, that's why we play the game, to tear our Achilles so we can feel alive.
Yeah, but I gotta get the did Gaylord Perry play for the Red Sox?
No.
Why was he there then? He was at that game. He was there, or he was.
You know what I think they did? I think they played. It was the Red Sox versus a bunch of other guys from other teams.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. And that's what it was. And
yeah, you got to get one of those Gaylord Perry uniforms. By the way,
you've seen it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ah, okay.
With all the patches on it for all the teams he played for.
Both of them.
Yeah, how do you not have one of those?
Jeez,
I'm gonna make one for you. It's gonna be a gift.
Gotta call Nike. I was gonna say Majestic.
No.
Say that. Can't say that.
So another gift will be in your inbox. I appreciate it. All right. Well, thanks as always. Excellent stuff.
All right. Thanks, Rob.